All right, 11:24 on a Thursday. Eric Raditz from Florida Weekly is joining us now. Eric, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you two?
Very well.
Doing great.
Excellent.
Talk to us about this week's issue.
Well, this week we looked into fish and seafood, and you don't think about seafood a whole lot. We order at the restaurants, we put it on our plates, we cook it, we eat it, but we started exploring what exactly gets behind getting that fish onto our plates. So we started exploring local commercial anglers. We share with you what we found out, including just how much fish is caught here in Florida, how much is consumed of that here, how commercial fishing operates with many challenges and regulations, and who is making the money, which is a very interesting thing we found out. Not necessarily always do the fishermen get the most amount of that money. Get in the know on what is behind your fresh and local seafood that you enjoy.
All right, something you might not think about, but probably should know about when you go to your restaurant.
It's very eye-opening.
I can imagine. All right, something else you're talking about is early retirement. That seems kind of tough to do these days. So what type of tips do you have for people?
Well, some people are ready for it and some people are not. Now, what if your employer says, how would you like a volunteer severance? Well, employee buyout packages is something that happens, and we look into what is important to consider if you are offered one. Do you have to take it? Are there any red flags? Do you need an expert financial advisor? We get to the bottom of it this week.
And Eric, I know we were talking about this in the break. Sometimes you just don't know what to buy people for Christmas or for the holidays. You have some tips for some maybe unconventional gifts?
Yes, and so you're welcome for these tips because we know what you're thinking. I'm going to get socks and ties and underwear, and that's fine. That's cool.
I wouldn't hate it.
But what about friends who appreciate the arts? Well, Nancy Stetson in this week's edition comes up with some very creative and some weird options that might not set you back much more than those socks and underwear and ties that give you the feel of being creative and giving in the arts this holidays.
That's important because I struggle sometimes for certain people. Like I just blank. I don't know what to get them.
So you give them a gift card, don't you?
Yeah, it's either a gift card or it's just kind of like, here's a t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Everything is appreciated, but there's some very creative ideas in this week's Florida Weekly.
Good. We'll have to take a look at that. And for us, I feel like we're talking about events all the time during the holiday season. So with things to do, is your job a little bit easier finding those things to do?
There's always plenty to do, and we have the most comprehensive calendar, I think, in town. And this week we happen to have, along with a full calendar of things to do during this pretty nice weather, some top picks include Dionne Warwick is actually going to be in town. Joe Bonamassa, Lewis Black, the comedian, is in town. We have holiday houses at Kingsford Langston, Holly Jolly Christmas at Broadway Palm, West Side Story at Florida Rep, Holiday Nights at Edison Ford, art openings, fresh markets, and much, much more. If you're not sure what to do, there is plenty of things to get and enjoy here in Southwest Florida.
So where can you get Florida Weekly?
On stands, online, and on your device, and at floridaweekly.com.
All right, awesome. Thank you for joining us as you do every week.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for being
Happy
here,
holidays.
Happy holidays.